I want to catch it on this first, and then we'll play the intro. I want to catch it on this first, and then we'll play the intro.
Central has to beat Seneca Valley.
Right. Tonight. Is that tonight or tomorrow?
I think it's tonight.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah.
Right, how many minutes before we go? Right. How many minutes before we go?
Let's get ready for Lebo Live, where we are committed to bringing you the very best of high school football in southwestern Pennsylvania. Tonight we're broadcasting live from the home of the defending WPIAL and state champions, your Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. It's game time. So Blue Devil fans, let's get ready for the longtime voice of Mount Lebanon football, Denny Postufka.
Good evening and welcome to Mount Lebanon High School Stadium, home of your 2021 Pennsylvania 6A defending state champion Mount Lebanon Blue Devils. Good evening, this is Brian Walters filling in on the play-by-play tonight for Denny Postufka. So a little change up in the booth. Denny is in Florida, enjoying some time away from Mount Lebanon. So we've got Chris Long, who's gonna handle the color commentary, and I'm gonna take over for play-by-play. Denny, certainly miss you and assume you're tuning in. Hope all's well in Florida. All right, it's the Blue Devils, your 3-5 Mount Lebanon Blue Devils, taking on the Fighting Highlanders of Baldwin, who are 1-7. Baldwin comes in as a 5A team. Mount Lebanon, of course, 6A in the battle for a playoff position, although this game will not impact playoff standings at all. The Blue Devils last week went on the road and captured their third win of the season against the Peter Township Indians in a 6-3 white knuckler. Chris, good evening. Good to have you with us. How about some thoughts on the game last week against Peters Township?
Hey, Brian, thank you for having me back tonight. Really appreciate it and really excited to be here. Yeah, last week, what a grind. How often do you see 6-3 in 6A football in Western Pennsylvania? So that's it. That's all it was. Three field goals, no touchdowns in the entire game, and the scoring was over by half. So it was a defensive battle, to say the least. Neither team could really get down and punch it in, and we had to settle for 2 field goals within the 10-yard line.
Mount Lebanon's offense last week saw some adjustments, saw some different things. It looked like they were a little bit more committed to the run last week. Chris, is that how you saw it against the Indians?
Yeah, I would say. I think they started to gel up front with the offensive line. We now have Cade Capristo back. He was playing right guard last week. We'll get into what he's going to be playing tonight. But I think they did gel on that side of the ball for sure. And they were doing a lot of the runs were coming up behind Cade.
Right, so Mount Lebanon football fans, that name Cade Capristo, pretty significant. He's the all-state offensive tackle, already offered and accepted a full ride to University of Richmond. Cade was a critical part of that 2021 Pennsylvania State Championship team and really was going to be the tip of the spear this season for that Mount Lebanon offense, but has been injured since the Gateway game and had not played, so it was huge getting him back last week. It looked like offensively they really tried to run a lot of the plays behind Cade Capristo. So we know the offense has had some challenges, 4 touchdowns over the last 5 games, 4 offensive touchdowns, over the last 5 games, and none last week, although they found a way to bite, scratch, and claw and get a win against a very good Peters team last week. So offense has struggled, but that has not been the case on the defensive side of the ball, where Coach Andy Barry, the defensive coordinator, is calling the signals. Chris, your thoughts on Mount Lebanon's defense. When you look at him and that base 3-4, what's going to stand out to people watching the game tonight about Lebo's defense?
So Lebo's defense, we attack. We absolutely attack. We go to the ball. We go to the ball in gangs, and we find ways to get people to run inside. We teach our guys to run outside in and have the guys funnel up through the middle where the pursuit can come. So you should see a lot of that. The corners have done a great job. I want to, certainly have to say that the linebackers, playing for Coach Palco, have done a significant job. And up front last week, we saw David Cower, who had a standout game and really controlling the middle inside of that line.
Yeah, that's really been one of the great stories on the defensive side of the ball. There are several. This season, though, is the play of senior number 73, David Cower, who's really been a hammer over the nose and really anchored that defensive line. Of course, also on there is Grayson D., who was a second-team All-Conference 6A defensive end, and Connor Young, who's really come on strong, although, Chris, is Connor playing tonight?
So that's going to be he is a scratch as of yesterday. So it looks like the starting offensive line tonight from left tackle will be number 72, Ryan Long. Left guard will be number 51 and junior Maddox Metzger. Center will be senior number 53, Frank Tinnemeyer. The right guard tonight will be Ben Tabak, number 50, who is a sophomore. He's back in the lineup, doing a great job. And they're going to move Cade Capristo, number 77, out to the tackle position on the right-hand side.
I would expect, Chris, to see a pretty heavy dose of Mount Lebanon trying to run the ball again tonight against Baldwin as we head down into this critical final third of the season, make our playoff push.
Yeah, I would think that we seem to control the game a little bit better when we're on the ground. I would think that they're going to try to mix it up a bit tonight with that arm by David Shields. And we certainly have quite a few outstanding receivers out there that are very, very capable athletes.
For sure. David Shields, great story, of course. I mean, this is almost hard to believe. As a freshman, he received a full scholarship to University of Miami, Florida baseball. Just a phenomenal athlete, a left-hander. And you just see how natural he throws. And when he's been in a rhythm, he's looked really sharp, I thought, for the Blue Devils. It's been tough with the way the offense has just struggled to find any continuity. But when he's been back there and had some time, he's made some things happen.
Yeah, I think that's the key, Brian. He's got a as a sophomore, you might not see the field as a more experienced junior or senior. But if you're not rushed and you can see the field, you can plant your feet, you can follow through and do the things that you do in practice, you tend to have more success downfield.
Okay, table is set on the Mount Lebanon side. Now, the 1-7 Fighting Highlanders come in, coached by Tim Sweeney, and it's been tough sledding for Baldwin this year. We understand they may only be dressing 26 players tonight because of injuries, which is, an alarmingly low number for a 5A program playing a 6A program. But they have some playmakers on their side of the ball too. Two in particular stand out. Why don't you tell us about those guys, Chris?
Yeah, so as you said, they've been on a tough run here. They haven't won since game 0 against Brashear, so they're on a 7-game skid, if you will. And yeah, it's tough when you're fielding under 30 kids, especially in this league. But yeah, I've watched some film. A few guys that I thought they're very good athletes. Number 11, John Kozar, he's going to be the quarterback. And then there's a couple of explosive guys that play out of the backfield, also receivers. Number 31, Andrew Sharp, and number 6, Keith Minson.
And Minson and Sharp are both wrestlers, I think, too, multi-sport athletes.
Both wrestlers. You'll see them both ways tonight. They're going to be your middle inside linebackers tonight as well.
Yeah, and we know that Baldwin should be in a base 4-3 defense. We've also heard that they like to run blitz their linebackers quite a bit. I don't know if we picked that up on film or not, but that'll be something to watch as well, as you would think Mount Lebanon will be committed to the run this evening. A few other injuries impacting the Blue Devils. They've had outstanding play by all 4 linebackers, but Rocky Hable, I keep calling him Rocky Hable because I work with someone named Rocky Hable, but it's Rocky Fennell, number 44. What's the story with Rocky tonight?
So we hear that it's a shoulder, don't know the extent of it, but it's a big loss. Rocky is he's a disruptor on special teams. He's a disruptor as a linebacker. He's clawing for the ball. He's trying to create turnovers, just trying to create situations that can help the team out. And we will be without him tonight. Filling in for him will be number 11 or number 2. Sorry.
Yeah, it's going to be Garrett Pavlik is going to be filling in.
I apologize.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so we're getting ready for the coin flip. It's really nice to see the Mount Lebanon captains, because we've been so banged up this year that we haven't had all the captains ready. Heading out is number 32, Grayson D., number 8, middle linebacker Will Hartung, number 9, quarterback Alex Javaden, and big number 77, All-State lineman Cade Capristo. Those are the Mount Lebanon captains. Captains for Baldwin include Jaden Dutine. Also, we've got Andrew Sharp out there, and number 72, I'm sorry, trying to get my list here. That's Brady Hartman, and number 79, Robert Bennon. So those are the captains for Baldwin. We also have some honorary captains as well, which we want to pay attention to this evening too. And that is, wow, very, very special honorary guest joining the Mount Lebanon captains for tonight. That's Everett Sullivan, a 3rd grader at Hoover Elementary School. Welcome, Everett. Good to have you with us as honorary captain. I'm sure that'll be fun going out there with the captains from Mount Lebanon. He's escorted by her sister is Margaret Masendra, a 2nd grader at Washington Elementary School. Please welcome 4-year-old Bridget Masenda. So that's Margaret's younger sister, Bridget. The Blue Devil family is pleased to announce that Bridget recently completed her final chemotherapy treatment in her battle with lymphoma. Wow.
That's outstanding. Wow.
I mean,
that's something.
Incredible, Bridget and Margaret. And, of course, all of our kids went to Washington Elementary. So, wow, that's really special to have them as honorary captains tonight.
And congratulations.
Yeah, Mount Lebanon football is always proud of all of our honorary captains, but in particular tonight, Everett Sullivan and Bridget Masenda, who was escorted by Margaret Masenda. All right, so Bethel Park will receive. Mount Lebanon will kick off. They'll be kicking out of the south end zone, kicking into the north end zone if you're watching at home. Blue Devils, we've seen a lot of different uniform combinations from them this year, Chris. So we got the blue jerseys and the yellow pants.
I really like the Navy. Really like the Navy. The Navy on the gold is pretty special.
This reminds me a little bit of, and I dare even say this in Pitt country and Penn State country, but it reminds me a little bit of West Virginia.
Yes,
that we're looking
it does.
at. Yeah,
yes, it does.
An old West Virginia team. All right, kicking off is Michael Biersdorf. He had a spectacular game kicking last week, punting, actually, extraordinary punting. Here comes the kickoff from the 40. He kicks it to the left, and
out of bounds and a penalty at the 15.
Right on cue, Chris. As I complimented Mikey B on his kicking last week,
right.
The opening kickoff goes out of bounds. Coach Pelko was interviewed at the end of last week's game on WTAE Channel 4, and he said he felt the Blue Devils were lucky last week winning that game when you account for the fact that they had 12 penalties in that game. You have 12 penalties and just don't score a touchdown. I'd agree with Coach Pelko. You are fortunate to win that game. They've got to clean it up. Fighting Highlanders will take over at the 35. They come out with a tight end to the left, 2 running backs set back, 2 wide receivers to the right. No, they bring the running back to the H-back position. Quarterback comes under center. That's Kozar.
Toss.
Yeah.
Number 6.
Running for...
That was Keith Minson.
Yeah, that's Minson, number 6. He's not going to gain anything. They kind of run an interior jet sweep. Nice job of defending that by the Blue Devils. Chris, setting that Blue Devil defense, it looks like Drew Freedy is in at left defensive end for Connor Young.
Number 54, yep. He's done a great job for us this year.
Oh, I'm sorry, he did pick up a yard, so we'll call it 2nd and 9. Kozar in shotgun. Takes the high snap. Oh, wow, nice play. Wow.
Gang tackle, great job.
Yes, it was a high snap to Kozar. He hands off to number 31. We mentioned him earlier. That's the junior, Andrew Sharp, strong runner, but tackled immediately in the backfield. That would think Will Hartung was in there first, number 8.
Yeah, looks like a loss of probably 3 or 4 on the play.
All right, so we'll call it 3rd down and 12. Blue Devils try to force a 3-and-out on the first series of the game. 10:49 clock running. Highlanders in shotgun again.
Look for them to throw on this play, obviously. But they're not going to be afraid. They're going to go right after. Yep. And 11 will keep it.
So on that play, Coach Barry dialed up the interior blitz by the middle linebackers. He sent both Will Hartung and Beckham D. They blitzed. Kozar, athletic kid back there, saw it, able to elude both middle linebackers, and there was nobody left in the middle of the field. A kind of an easy pickup once he got past the line of scrimmage.
Yeah, I watched quite a bit of film on preparing for this game today. And Kozar, if he sees some space out in front of him, he will go. So he's definitely one to watch.
That's a 1st down for the Baldwin Highlanders, and they're in Mount Lebanon territory at the 46-yard line, 1st down and 10. Pass incomplete, and they're saying Nate Solid, number 3, who's been a standout safety for the Blue Devils this season, being recruited by several different schools, including many D3 schools, may have gotten there a bit early on Kozar's throw to number 4, Jaden Dutine.
Yeah, I think he was just a half a second early, Brian.
All right, so penalties continue for the Blue Devils from last week.
They do.
That 12 penalty game last week where less than 3 minutes into the game this week, and we've picked up 2 penalties already. It'll be 1st down and 10 for the Fighting Highlanders at the 31. They break the huddle. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Sharp in the backfield. 11, that's Kozar. He's in shotgun. Mount Lebanon, its base 3-4 defense. High snap again.
Looks like Will Hartung, number 8, got there first.
Yeah, that was Hartung, again, having an outstanding season. In my opinion, kind of the heart of this Mount Lebanon defense, just plays with so much intensity. Was the leading tackler on the state championship team last year. People don't remember this, prior to him blowing out his ACL. And gives you credit to how much depth was on that team. They almost didn't miss a beat without Will. But
watch the counter here.
Pass.
And
Kozar moves. Oh, nice job.
Number 19, Mike Biersdorf there from the safety position.
Yeah, Kozar dropped back to pass, was under pressure. few observations on this first drive. Very elusive, Kozar. He's done a nice job
He really
moving in the
is.
pocket.
He has great feet. He has great awareness. You got to respect his arm and his legs.
So that leaves a third down, and we'll call it 8 at the Mount Lebanon 29-yard line. This is the first drive of the game for the Fighting Highlanders, and they're in Mount Lebanon territory. Mount Lebanon staying in their base defense. That's 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers, 4 D-backs deployed. Sala walking up. Outside linebacker blitzing.
Pass. Backside.
Oh, my gosh. Nice play. Wow.
Interception. Michael Javadin stepped up in front of that.
Wow. Expertly read by Michael Javadin, who we call G. You said it earlier, having an outstanding season outside linebacker. His twin brother, Alex, was the starting quarterback to start the season. Alex had a rather serious injury and has not really been able to get back in the mix. And Michael Javadin just read that perfectly. And an interception. Boy, if the Blue Devils are going to make a run into the playoffs, they're going to need a defense to turn the ball, create some turnovers.
And we'll go over some of the keys to the game. But first and foremost, get off the field on third downs. Force them to punt, or force something that's disruptive like that, like we just saw with Michael Javadin.
Yeah, okay, now something you've not seen very often. Blue Devils is going to put Shields under center, Grayson D at fullback, and they're going to hand off to Beckham D, who gets hit in the backfield. There was just nowhere for Beckham to go on that play.
No, that collapsed up front pretty quick.
So also in at tight end, we've not seen him used much, but big blocking tight end is Luke Lombardo, number 31, senior. Been an outstanding, in my opinion, all-conference long snapper for the Blue Devils. Super reliable, but he's in at tight end, so a little bit of different lineup than we've seen. Now we've got Grayson D and Luke, double tight ends. Mount Lebanon in really tight. This is a run formation.
Toss.
Nate Sala. Oh, strong run by Nate.
Coach, that might have been one of the first tosses I've seen in probably 6 or 7 weeks. We don't go under center. We just don't go under center much.
You're right. I mean, Mount Lebanon's sending a message right now. We're seeing formations we've not really seen all year. In tight, like power formations, they're going to run the ball. It looks like, based on personnel, they're going to go Wildcat here. J.P. Walters looks like he's going to take it from shotgun. I would expect this to be a zone read run out of the Wildcat.
And we have Mikey Biersdorf down low, one-on-one here. Run.
Yeah. JP hit in the backfield, but it gets some good blocking to the right side of that offensive line and picks up the first down, 3 yards. That's a Mount Lebanon first down. They're at the 50-yard line. First down and 10 Blue Devils. So far, I like Coach Spieler's play calling.
Yes.
Keeping it simple and just attacking at the line.
Some things that they wouldn't have picked up on film because we haven't seen them all year.
Yeah. David Shields, the sophomore gunslinger in shotgun. That's Pavlik in motion.
And we have guys one-on-one again.
Boy, nice run by Beckham D. That's 5 yards. He heads to the right, plants his foot, and then cuts left slightly. That's, that only shows as a 5-yard gain, but those really nice job of running by Beckham D.
Yeah, Beckham's a bruising back. His feet never stop, and he'll try to grind out the last 6 inches if he can.
A lot of different personnel we're seeing rotated in. In comes Aiden Dawson to fullback, Beckham D at tailback, Mikey Biersdorf on the left at split end, Garrett Pavlik on the right, also split out. Pavlik under center, Grayson D goes in motion, heads to the right. Another run.
One-on-one.
Oh, nice. Oh, nice. Wow. Excellent. They brought Grayson D over from the right. They run him on a long drag across the left. The left-hander, David Shields, rolls out to the left, finds Grayson D in the flat. That's Grayson's second reception of the season. He picks up another first down for Mount Lebanon. Excellent drive going for the Blue Devils after the Michael Javadin interception. Blue Devils are at the 28-yard line, first down and 10. 6:17 remaining in this first quarter. Shields under center. Mount Lebanon double tight. Shields goes back to shotgun. 2 running backs to the right. 1 split out. High snap. Shields going to keep it himself. He heads right up, left tackle. Runs right behind big number 72. That's Ryan Long, the son of color commentator Chris Long. Nice job by David Shields. He picks up Let's call that 4 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 6.
Yeah, I'd say that the play before that, I'd say they picked up about 23, 25 yards on that pass play to Grayson D. It was a really nicely executed play.
Again, we've got Grayson D set as fullback. Shields under center. Royal wide open. Wide open. Oh, beautiful play. Shields runs to the right, fakes, finds Grayson D wide open in the flat. Grayson D catches the ball about 10 yards and then rumbles another 16 yards all the way down to
We're on the 1 yard line.
the 1 yard line. That was let's call that a 21-yard pickup for the Blue Devils. 2 great rollouts by David Shields, finding Grayson D both times wide open. Mount Lebanon runs
Right into a wall.
Yeah, tried to hit the 2-hole, hit it hard with, I think that was Beckham running there.
It was.
And just not much space. Expect to see Baldwin in a 4-3 base, but it looks like they've added additional linemen.
Yeah, and they're definitely in goal line right now, but they've run out of a 5-2 as well.
2 passes. This is the 9th play of the drive. Shields takes it himself. Hit in the backfield immediately by the right defensive end. That's number 79. One of the captains. That's Robert Benton. Nice play by Benton to read that. David Cower coming in as an extra tight end. So, boy, Mount Lebanon going heavy.
We're going heavy.
Very heavy here. It'll be 3rd down and goal from the 2. Grayson D at fullback. Beckham D at tailback. Shields under center. He takes the snap, runs it, he'll get in.
We got it.
Touchdown.
Great job. Great job.
Shields runs over, kind of into the 2 gap. Great job of running. Runs over center, Frank Tinnemeyer.
Yep, great job. Extra push from the backfield. And, Brian, on the way out here today, I was thinking, one of the keys to success is you got to finish drives. You got to finish drives. Especially in this league, we can't come out here and get within the red zone and expect we're going to win games.
Yeah, absolutely. That was Ben McCauley. On the hold was David Shields. Long snapping, that was Luke Lombardo. And Mount Lebanon, it's been a long time since the Upper St. Clair game that Mount Lebanon opened a drive with a touchdown. Helped that they had a shorter field after the Javaden interception. But that was, I believe, a 10-play drive. A 10-play drive. It took up 5 minutes and 57 seconds. It finishes with a 2-yard quarterback sneak touchdown by David Shields, who also had picked up 2 big completions rolling out, had Grayson D both times wide open.
And if anything, this is a big confidence builder because these guys went an entire game without a touchdown. So I think they finished this one out right. They finished it strong. Unfortunately, Baldwin is going to be playing a lot of their guys both ways tonight. So these are key things that we're keeping their defense on the field for these longer drives.
Boy, that's a great point, Chris. You look over at that Baldwin sideline if you're watching at home, and again, they only dressed 26 players, so they're not going to have an opportunity to substitute very much. And you just look at how thin depth they are. You'd expect, again, a heavy dosage of run by the Blue Devils.
The ball's away, and we're out of bounds again.
So that's twice Mikey B's kicked off, and twice the ball has found the sidelines to go out. That's the 3rd penalty of the Blue Devils with 3:50 remaining in the first quarter. Again, got to clean that up. If there's been one surprise over the last 4 years of this football program, it would be the inconsistency on special teams.
Yeah.
It surprises me.
Yeah, no doubt. We definitely have to clean that up.
Blue Devils in their base 3-4 defense. In now is number 71. That's Jack Murphy over the nose. Andrew Feedy at right end, who had popped out David Coward at left end. Linebackers all remain the same. Garrett Pavlik filling in for Rocky Fennell. That
the ball's in the
high
air.
Snap. Going to be a legal procedure as well. Ooh. Kozar recovers the snap, able to get it back, tackled at the 28-yard line for a 7-yard loss, but there was a flag on the play. That's going to be a legal procedure, a legal shift.
We're going to
decline that.
Yeah,
it's a good play to decline.
So loss of 7, 2nd down.
That is, it'll be second down and 17. That's 3 snaps that have been high on Kozar.
Yeah.
He was able to pull down the other 2, but that one just went right over the head. If you're going to run that shotgun, you got to be able to get the snap back there.
Absolutely.
So Baldwin, this is their second drive of the game, 3:25 and running. It'll be second down and 17 for the Highlanders. They're in shotgun again. 2 receivers out to the left. Under heavy pressure. Gets away. Oh, nice job of running by Kozar. Didn't think he was going to be able to get much. He picks up 4 yards. It'll be third down and 12. Tackled on the play by, that was number, I can't tell if that was 25 or 26.
Was
Number 25, that was Fred Lesotho on the tackle.
Nice.
I'm sorry. Yep, couldn't tell if that was Aiden Fennell or Freddie. That's the junior, Fred Lesotho. He's been banged up a bit this season, too. A special player, good to have him back. Caught a huge touchdown in the Central Catholic game on the road that helped spur the comeback. Back to pass, Kozar. He's tackled and sacked on the play by number 2, Garrett Pavlik. Also in on that is number 32, Grayson D. Nice job by Pavlik coming off the end edge rusher. Picks up the sack. Baldwin on their second drive will be punting on 4th down and 15 from their 30-yard line. Back deep for the Blue Devils is number 12. That's Ezra Heidenreich. Snap back. Punter punts it. Low punt. It'll bounce at the 48. Oh, Heidenreich picks it up. There's a lot of space to the right. Go, Ez. Oh, nice return by Ezra Heidenreich. He takes it picks it up on the run from the 40, returns it all the way back to the Highlanders' 32-yard line. That's about a 28-yard punt return for Heidenreich.
Yeah.
Nice job by Ez.
Yeah, excellent job. Yeah, the ability to create opportunities on special teams like that, you can really cut the field in half. So that was a great job.
Yep. Blue Devils coming back out, trying to look at the package. They've got the fullback in, Aiden Dawson, number 1, Beckham D at tailback. 1 tight end, that's Grayson D. 2 wide receivers, that's Beersdorf and Pavlik. Extra lineman rushing on for the Highlanders. We run right to where they were missing a player. Good hard run by Beckham D. He heads right. Again, running over Cade Capristo. Breaks it to the outside, picks up 12 yards, and another Mount Lebanon Blue Devil first down.
First down from maybe the 18.
Yeah.
If you look at Beersdorf, 19, he's been one-on-one all game. I wouldn't be surprised if we put one out there pretty soon.
Yeah, they've walked those safeties in to try to stop the run from Mount Lebanon. There's a lot of green out to the left. Beckham D again on the run. He hits the 2-hole, picks up a hard 4 yards. That'll be second down and 6. Running behind Tayback, Tinnemeyer, and Maddox. That's the 2 guards in the center.
Checking in is Nate Sala, number 3. And Beckham comes off for a breather.
Nate Sala has the Blue Devils' longest run from scrimmage this season, a 75-yard touchdown run against Bethel Park. Mount Lebanon, Shields under center. Looks like he's audibling out of the call or getting an additional call from the sideline. He'll take the snap, toss to Sala. And nice play by the Highlanders. A tackle by
number 6. That's
Keith Minson.
Nice job.
Yeah, Minson
made his way into the backfield.
One of the captains for the Highlanders. He's a junior, 5'8", 170 pounds. Very athletic kid. We know he's a 2-sport athlete, also a very good wrestler. Clock running, we're under 20 seconds in the first quarter. Blue Devils up 7-0. JP now, in Wildcat. He heads right, looks to pass, just run it. And does, and takes a hit along the sideline. No one open on that Wildcat run. Looks like JP, no gain on that play as they ran right. And that's the end of the first quarter. Chris, very good first quarter for the Blue Devils. 7-0 on our second drive. We'll take over at about the 19-yard line of Baldwin.
Yep, yeah. We have to take advantage of these opportunities. You get a short field. You got the momentum. You got a couple of nice long plays. You got to go finish.
Yeah, wow. Outstanding first quarter for the Blue Devils. Really got things going with Javaden's interception on the first Baldwin drive when they were actually driving on us. So tonight's officials, that's referee Jason Newman, umpire Patrick Arfman, linesman Vince Rooney, line judge Anthony Rotelli, side judge Paul Spalding, and field judge Ken Watson. All right, and the Mount Lebanon Athletic Department just honored the girls' varsity tennis team, which won WPIAL championships yesterday. Congratulations, girls, against North Allegheny.
Yes.
Wow.
The trip, is it 3A? Is that who they are? And then there was also a doubles champion in there as well.
So this is a long field goal attempt for the Blue Devils. It's fourth down from the 19-yard line. That's Michael Beardsdorf in. David Shields takes the snap. Long kick by Beardsdorf. Nope.
No good. Just right.
Yeah, short and to the right. Long field goal attempt. That's interesting. On the longer kicks, it looks like they may go with Beardsdorf versus Ben McCauley. Ben McCauley, of course, has kicked some really big field goals for the Blue Devils. You go to the Central game, the critical field goal with no time left to win it. And then last week, 2 big field goals in close for the Blue Devils. That was really all of their scoring against the Indians.
It was the difference in those 2 games.
Yeah, for sure. Little known fact, Doug McCauley, coach of the Blue Devils, kicking coach, also graduate of Mount Lebanon High School, and also a neighbor of mine.
Yes.
How about that? All right, Highlanders take over at the 20-yard line, first down and 10. Kozar in shotgun. Mount Lebanon blitzes the linebackers, throws, complete. Oh, not certain he held on to that. Are they going to call that a catch? It looked like it might have been stripped. That's Fred Lesota on defense. The ball was thrown to number 2. That's Evan Good.
Yeah, and that was a completed pass.
Oh, wow.
They're moving the sticks.
So nice read by Kozar. Mount Lebanon blitzed the linebackers on that time, brought a lot of pressure. Quick read on the slant. That's an easy throw on one-on-one coverage, and they pick up a first down.
Yeah, we're just going to have to watch him as that middle collapses. He'll step right up through. I don't know, it's not high snap.
Again. Yep, Kozar under pressure. Garrett Pavlik being very disruptive at the outside linebacker position. Nice job by Garrett there. Strength of this Mount Lebanon defense all season has been the linebackers. Beckham D, Will Hartung, Michael Javaden, Rocky Fennell. Of course, Garrett's now popped in for Rocky, given Rocky's injury, and it doesn't look like we're missing much in terms of defensive pressure from the perimeter.
No, we got this is Cole Markle down here, down low, and I think we got Anthony Petrogallo up top.
Shotgun again.
And 31.
Take the handoff. That's Sharp, hard runner. He heads right, picks up, let's call it 5.5 yards. It'll be third down and 5 for the Blue Devils. Blue Devils starting to rotate additional players in. That's number 58, Lucas Bavino. He'll come over the nose, giving David Cower a spell.
Yeah, Lucas, nice sophomore, big kid, nice kid, works hard. We hear from the seniors he's a hard-working kid out there, so look for a nice future out of him as well.
Kozar in shotgun, 2 receivers to the left, fullback. Again, high snap. He's going to just fall on it. Yeah. Yeah, so they've had a tough time snapping the ball back. That's the 4th high snap. The 2nd time it's gone over the quarterback's head. That's a loss of almost 15 yards. It'll be 4th down and long for the Highlanders. They're backed up all the way to the 18. We'll expect another punt here. Let's watch this punt. Ez was very close to breaking that down the right sideline last time. It looks like he's going to go somewhere. He'll go left sideline this time.
Getting good blocks up front. And that's out of bounds.
Yeah, he punted from the 18-yard line. That ball rolls out at about the 42-yard line. So that's about a 43-yard line. So that's about a 25-yard punt for the Highlanders. Mount Lebanon will take over their 3rd series of the game. First down and 10. Excellent field position at the Fighting Highlanders 43-yard line. Blue Devils had a touchdown on their opening drive, a missed field goal on their 2nd drive. This will be their 3rd drive with 10 minutes, 1 second remaining in the 2nd quarter. Blue Devils go double tight with D and Lombardo. fullback in. Shields starts under center, goes to shotgun, splits the running backs out. And this looks like a run. Shields heads right. Oh, breaks 2 tackles and keeps fighting. Wow. Great run by David Shields. He went from the 44-yard line all the way down to the 26-yard line.
Yep.
Great strong running, again, to the right side of the line. Nice job by Shields. Picks up the Blue Devil first down. There was no way he looked like he was passing on that play. He knew he was running the whole way.
Great block by number 2, Pavlik, as well. I mean, he just manhandled him.
Nice job by Garrett, the senior, also leading receiver on the team. Great to see him mixing up in the run game there. Shields under center. Beckham D. Oh, nice run. Oh, Jesus.
Ball's out.
Boy, really hard run by Beckham D there. He headed left, broke a tackle. I could not tell whether someone got a hand on the ball, but we've seen that Blue Devils, those runners run so hard, fighting for extra yards. That's when we've lost the ball there. Tough turnover. Highlanders will take it over at the 17-yard line, first down and 10. Mount Lebanon's first turnover of the game comes in their third series with 9:19 remaining in the second quarter.
Yeah, we're really going to have to buckle down here. These guys have got to get the ball back. It's time to go.
Highlanders now empty everything out. There's 5 wide receivers, 1 quarterback, 5 linemen, and timeout here. And Chris, who took that timeout? Was that Baldwin? Yeah, Baldwin takes their first time out of the game. Surprising, we've not seen them really empty out the backfield and go 5 wides. They showed it and then called a timeout.
Yeah, I don't know what they were going to throw there, if they were going to put the ball downfield or they're going to run a screen. Not really certain what the plan was, but look for that to change up now when they come out of this timeout.
All right, so great stuff going on with Mount Lebanon Athletics. We just noted that the girls' tennis team won the WPIAL Championship 4-1 against North Allegheny. That's their – hold on to your seat right now. Their 15th WPIAL championship in girls tennis at Mount Lebanon.
That's amazing.
That is amazing. That's dominance. That's Boston Celtics, right, Chris?
Absolutely. Boston Celtics or New England Patriots.
Well, it's not the New England Patriots. Now, if you don't know Chris Long, Chris is from Massachusetts and is a Boston sports fan, so try not to hold that against him. I know. Let's go Celtics. Let's not talk about the Patriots.
60 Celtics. We'll go with that.
All right. And so also congratulations to our girls and boys cross-country teams. Our girls finished second at the Tri-State Coaches Meet yesterday, and our boys finished 8th. Congrats to Logan St. John Kletter for winning the event and Caroline Adams for finishing second. Best of luck to both teams as they will compete in the WPIAL Championship titles this coming Thursday. Wow. So Logan St. John Kletter is a name I've heard a lot. She's a fantastic runner, having an outstanding season.
Well, congratulations.
All right, we're back to Blue Devil football now. First down and 10 for the Highlanders. They take over after the Beckham D turnover.
Oh,
nice run.
31.
Yeah. Well-designed play. They kicked out the outside linebacker. He was able to hit the C-gap, turn it up inside. That's Sharp. When Sharp gets his shoulders squared up field, he's a load.
Yeah, he's a tough guy to bring down. He really is. Gets some momentum going, and he has no problem laying his shoulder into you.
Yeah. Back to pass up. I'm sorry. For those listening at home, I apologize. I'm not used to doing play-by-play, so I get a lot of text during the game. I was reading the text where I'm supposed to be setting the play, so sorry about that. Also, just want to give a shout-out to one of our longtime fans, Lloyd Klein. He's watching it with Steve Klein. Of course, Steve's son, instrumental part of that state championship team last year, James, who's now a Case Western Reserve. So Lloyd and Steve are watching it at Concordia. Great to have you on board again, Lloyd. Steve, we'll see you next week when we honor your wife, Marilee Klein, at the game. Baldwin takes over, second down and 8. Kozar back to pass. He's under pressure. Oh, escapes it again. Oh, looks long, wide open. Wow.
Yeah.
Okay, that's the threat Kozar has. Very elusive. I thought twice he was going to be sacked. He breaks out left, throws long. His target was number 6. That was Minchin. Minchin broke free, but Kozar overthrew him.
Yeah, he had a good 5 yards out there. But you're right, Brian. His ability to extend a play and to see guys downfield is pretty special.
Yeah, it is. That was a nice play. It'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Highlanders. So after that first drive where Baldwin picked up 2 first downs, they've struggled offensively. They're in 3rd and long again. Mount Lebanon in their base defense. Baldwin is 0 for 3 on 3rd down conversions so far.
This is where we got to get off the field.
Baldwin's 4th drive of the game. Kozar's in shotgun. 3 receivers to the right. Got him.
Nope.
Yep.
Got him now.
Yeah, nice job. So the initial pressure came from, again, Michael Javaden. But that sack is from Jack Murphy, number 71, the senior. Murph, that's his first sack of the season. Great job of getting pressure after Michael Javaden originally got in there to make a play. But that flag, I think, is going to be on the Blue Devils.
It's going to be on the Blue Devils. It might be for pushing off on that sack.
So a taunting penalty.
Yeah.
A dead ball.
It's a dead ball, so they're going to keep the ball.
Oh, boy. I can hear Coach Palco now, and I don't think he's sending congratulatory remarks to anyone on the sideline. It's Blue Devils' 4th penalty with 7:47 left in the second quarter. Got to clean those up.
Yeah.
It's been a bugaboo for them all season. So Blue Devil or Highlanders get new life at the 27-yard line. It'll be 1st down and 10. Kozar back in shotgun. Blitz. Javaden chasing him from the side. Ooh, got a wrap. Wow. Good hard run by Kozar.
Picked up 9 maybe on that play.
Yeah, initial hit did not wrap on the hit, and Kozar just kept his legs going. Give this Baldwin Highlanders team a lot of credit. They're scrappy.
He can bounce around. He can take a hit and he'll stay upright. You got to be able to wrap him up and drive him, or he's going to keep on going.
It'll be 2nd down and 1 for the Highlanders. Mount Lebanon's still in their base defense. That's 3-4, 4 D-backs deployed. That's Sala at center at safety. Now he heads to the left. Oh, nice job. Wow. They hand off. That was to Sharp in the backfield, but he's met immediately by a host of Blue Devils, including
number 6, Alex Javaden.
Yeah, that was Javaden, but that was really Drew Freedy, number 54, the defensive end who's also had a great season for the Blue Devils, making that deep penetration. There was nowhere for Sharp to go. He loses, let's say, 2 yards, and let's call it 3rd down and 3 for the Highlanders.
This is important right here.
Yeah.
So look for this ball to go to Sharp, or he's going to be a keeper here.
Sharp.
Number 11.
Fakes the jet sweep. Oh, nice tackle.
He gets stopped.
Wow. That was Beckham D on the tackle.
That was a hard
Laid the wood right there. Good hard run by Kozar. They faked the jet sweep out of the shotgun, ran right into the A gap of that defense, and there to meet him was junior leading tackler on the team, number 5, Beckham D.
Yeah, he certainly read that right. He came right up the middle hard.
So, Chris, you're coach Tim Sweeney for Baldwin. It's your 4th series of the game. There's 4:58 remaining. It's 4th down and 3. Are you going for it here?
They might try to draw us off here, Coach.
Okay.
I don't know that we're going to actually see this play come off.
Highlanders are in shotgun. Oh, jeez. Did we move? Oh, good on them. Okay. All right. So, good call there. They might have been trying to draw Mount Lebanon off sides. But the Highlanders get called for a false start. That'll push them back 5 yards, and that will go from 4th and 3 to 4th and 8. I got to believe the Highlanders would punt here. They're at their own 32-yard line.
Yeah, I think they're probably going to change this up. I can't imagine they're going to snap this ball.
Wonder if Kozar is capable of punting. Game clock is down to under 10 seconds. They broke the huddle late. Play clock is down under 3. Get it off. Oh, he's going to quick kick. Oh, nice. Hangs it up. And kicks it right out of bounds.
Hey, decent field position. We're going to be on the 41. going
Yeah.
the other way with plenty of time left. We got 5:04 left in the clock in the half.
So this is the Blue Devils' fourth drive of the game. They'll take over with excellent field position, as you noted, Chris, at the 42-yard line. First possession saw the Blue Devils score a touchdown. Second possession saw them miss a long field goal. Third possession saw them take over in Highlanders territory, but a fumble. And now the fourth possession. We'll see what the Blue Devils do. They've given a heavy dosage of their heavy package. Luke Lombardo, big tight end, number 31 senior, is in at tight end. Shields under center. Fullback in for the Blue Devils. Counter. Oh, got D wide open again. Nice play by Grayson.
Oh,
Nice play.
yeah, Grayson just pounded number 4, lowering his shoulder. Great play.
Yeah, that play's been open all night,
Yeah.
wide open. David Shields just been really patient, waiting for Grayson to clear the linebackers. Again, wide open in the flat. Gray catches it, turns upfield, picks up an additional 5 yards. That'll be first down and 10 Blue Devils from the Highlanders' 44-yard line. Shields in shotgun. Wide open as David Shields dropped back to pass. He throws it to the left. He finds junior number 12, Ezra Heidenreich. Ez picks up 8 yards. It'll be second down and 2. Blue Devils look like they're going to run Wildcat. J.P. Walters in at quarterback. David Shields comes out. It'll be Beckham D to Walters right. 3 receivers spread out. Heidenreich in the slot. J.P. Walters takes the snap, heads up the middle,
Picks up the
fights
first
hard.
down. Picks up the first down.
4-yard run. Walters picks up the first down. It'll be first down and 10 for the Blue Devils from the 32-yard line. Runs right behind the heart of that Mount Lebanon offense, anchored by senior number 53, Frank Tinnemeyer. Of course, Frank's dad, Frank Tinnemeyer.
Frank Sr.
Frank Sr., as we like to call him. Quarterback for the Blue Devils in the late 90s.
Yes.
Or I'm sorry, early 90s. I don't want to make Frank any younger than he is. Shields under center, fakes the handoff.
And there it is again.
Looks long. Oh, that time, yeah, nice catch by Mikey B. He makes someone miss. Heads right down the sideline. Oh, wow. From the 32-yard line, Mikey B picks up 31 yards all the way down to the Highlander 1. A little shake and bake Talladega Nights by Mikey Beersdorf on the right sideline. Would like to see more of that from Mikey this season. Get him the opportunity to make some plays. He's really your kind of big play wide receiver. You remember it from the state championship game in Hershey.
Absolutely. The ball in his hands, he's a dangerous man on the field.
Blue Devils
Make things happen.
first and goal. Shields under center. And he's going to keep it himself again. They go right over the 2-hole and
Big
in.
push, and he's in.
Yeah, nice job. They're running behind. That's again center Frankie Tinnemeyer, number 53, and also running behind number 50 Benjamin Tabak. Whenever I hear
job.
Tabak, I always think of Ben's older brother Ethan, who was also a guard for the Blue Devils. But that's Ben Tabak doing a nice job of opening holes there. Great job by the O-line in short yardage situation. That's Shields' second touchdown of the game, both from short yardage. Nice job by the O-line. Lombardo, the long snapper, extra point pending. Shields, the holder. Ben McCauley in. Kick is up, and kick is... Oh, I can't believe... I honestly thought that went through.
I did too.
Wow.
Did it go low? It must have.
It couldn't have gone left.
Yeah.
So it must have been low. Wow, that looked like it went through to us, but referees say no go. So after the 1-yard touchdown plunge by David Shields, the Blue Devils 13, Fighting Highlanders 0 with 2:55 remaining. That was a 5-play, 58-yard drive. Took all of 2 minutes and 49 seconds. What we're seeing so far is David Shields looking really comfortable back there in the pocket.
Looking really comfortable, rolling out, finding his men until they can stop that play where he's rolling out to D. They'll keep running that.
Yeah, and give Coach Marty Spieler, the third-year offensive coordinator for Coach Palco, a lot of credit as well. We come in with a very good game plan. Lebo looks sharp on offense. Have dialed up a lot of plays where we've got people wide open. So nice job by Coach Spieler as the OC calling the plays tonight. kick goes to the 5-yard line. It's picked up. They head right to the middle, and boy, hit by a host of Blue Devils on that play, including number 27. That is A.J. Highland on the tackle. He's a sophomore. Of course, A.J. Highland's dad, Brendan Highland, is the superintendent at Plum.
At Plum, yes.
Yeah, and former unit principal at Mount Lebanon. Are we having any issues with the broadcast?
I just got a text that I needed to turn up my mic, but
okay.
I think I have. Hopefully it's better.
That couldn't have been Leslie saying that, because she would have said turn it down.
Yes, she would have.
Yeah. Oh, blitz again. Kozar rolls right. Oh, nice job of faking it. Oh, wow.
Wow, he almost got out of that.
He almost did. I mean, give him a ton of credit. He was under a lot of duress by some of Mount Lebanon's best pass rushers, including Michael Javaden and Will Hartong, as well as Drew Freedy. And he did a nice job of getting that ball out. It'll be 2nd down and 10 for the Highlanders at the 24-yard line. Highlanders' 5th drive of the game. I think they've picked up 4 first downs so far through this first half. Score is 13-0.
Yeah, Brian, this would be a key situation if we can have a stop here, get the ball back. We will get the ball at the half to start the second half today.
Highlanders go empty set. They throw right, short throw.
All right.
Well defended. Again by number 2, that's Garrett Pavlik. Boy, it's 2 games in a row. Garrett's done a really good job of defending on the perimeter there. Did a nice job of making certain there wasn't much space for that wide receiver to go. Coming off the field is number 73, David Cower. Coming on is senior co-captain, number 32, Grayson D., who's really had a nice game at tight end tonight.
Yeah, Garrett's, he's always been a good tackler. I remember him in 7th and 8th grade playing at Jefferson. Always had a very explosive go-to-the-ball mentality.
Kozar in the shotgun. He's got tight end and H-back, 2 wide receivers split out. And there's a timeout called on the field. That's the Fighting Highlanders' 2nd timeout with just under 2 minutes left in this second quarter. Mount Lebanon leading 13-0. All right, a little new segment we're going to do. We're going to do famous alumni of the visiting team. Okay, this is a new segment we came up with last night at the saloon when we do a lot of our best thinking as a group. Chris demanded that we have a training session. So Chris, I'm gonna give some of my most famous alumni. So we're gonna kick it off with Jason and Aaron Fennell. That's Rocky and Aiden Fennell's parents.
Yes.
Jason Fennell was a great baseball player for Baldwin. What we did not know until last night.
And a football player.
Oh, football player too.
Very
okay.
good football
All right.
player, yes.
Excellent, Jason. What we did not know is that Aaron Fennell was a WPIAL champion in track, and Jason was not.
So I guess she's the athlete in the family.
I think that's what we conclude from that. All right. Highlanders, it's 3rd down and 8. Kozar back in shotgun. They've got a tight end, H-back spread. He looks left. They throw open is Minchin. He gets it. Tackled immediately on the play by number 23. That's Cole Markle playing cornerback. Also helping clean up on the play was Garrett Pavlik. Boy, that's going to be very close to the first down. Nice play by number 6, Keith Minchin. We mentioned him before, the junior running back and outside linebacker. They had him at H-back on that play. He's also wrestling up. They give it to him.
They gave it to him.
Yeah, it looks like Baldwin picks up its 4th first down of the game. Clock running with 1:31 left. They're at their own 34-yard line.
Yeah, the last thing Baldwin wants to do here is to give the ball back to Mount Lebanon.
They send someone in motion, shotgun, fake the jet sweep, run right up the middle, and he's tackled. That's Kozar. Tackled in the backfield again by
number 6,
Michael Javaden. We've called his name a lot tonight. Of course, Michael Javaden's father, Ryan Javaden, was on Coach Palco's staff a couple years ago, longtime coach at Central Catholic, assistant coach, and then head coach at Carleton High School.
Yes.
Ryan also played football at Central Catholic, Catholic grad.
I think he started his coaching career at Wash High, if I remember correctly.
All right, that's a good tidbit there, Chris. Kozar drops back to pass out of shotgun. It's 2nd down and 7. He heads right, throws right, almost intercepted on the sideline by number 4. That's Anthony Petrogallo. You mentioned Anthony earlier having an outstanding season at cornerback.
Yeah, and one of the things I thought, we need to take some chances on defense tonight. Not recklessness, but we need to be able to see the field a little bit better and maybe jump in front of some of those throws.
Yeah, Anthony almost picked that off. It's hard not to mention Anthony Petrogallo without mentioning his dad, legendary Upper St. Clair tight end Lou Petrogallo.
Lou Petrogallo, yes.
Under Coach Render's tutelage for the Panthers of Upper St. Clair.
We had an opportunity to meet up with him last night as well and strategize for the game today.
Lou contributed a lot last night. Back to pass is Kozar. He's under pressure again. Oh, avoids it. Oh, no, goes down. Sack on the play. Let's give that to number 5, Beckham D., who's been a terror this whole game on defense at middle linebacker. Not a surprise, leading tackler for the Blue Devils. The middle linebacker, Beckham D., makes the tackle. Timeout on the field. That's Blue Devils. That's their first timeout. Definitely want to make Baldwin punt here and try to get the ball back.
Boy, is he elusive, though. I mean, he's going against some of our best guys. Sometimes we're just getting an arm on him. We kind of got lucky that time, but just the presence of being around him and that pocket breaking down, we're able to get him pinned. So
yeah,
it's going to be
absolutely.
fourth and 11, and they're probably going to send this ball up the field.
Yeah, you'd expect Ezra Heidenreich to be back deep to field this ball, of course, as having an outstanding season at the slot receiver and returning kicks. His brother, Eli, of course, I mean, could not really talk more about Eli last season than we did. All-state wide receiver, and now doing a tremendous job at the U.S. Naval Academy, dressing for home and away games. Great job by Eli. Chris, you're famous Baldwin alumni. Do you have any? Somebody might have said Dave Wonstadt, but not when you've got
Tara Heidenreich.
Oh, yeah.
Mother of Ezra.
Right
Heidenreich.
on cue.
Yes, and Ezra's back deep. He'll get this ball.
Yeah, we found out last night that Tara was on a state championship volleyball team for Baldwin. Now there's another timeout, back-to-back timeouts. That's Baldwin who calls the timeout. They didn't see anything special about Mount Lebanon's formation defensively that might have tipped them off, although they might have thought Mount Lebanon was going to try to block the punt.
Could be. And I made a mistake. That was not Ezra Heidenreich back deep. That was actually Fred Lasota.
Oh, interesting. Okay, so they did not have the missile back deep. Yeah,
no.
Just finishing up on that, that was Tara Heidenreich, Ez and Eli's mom. Also, Ava Heidenreich, who's a freshman who plays on the soccer team. She had a nice season in soccer. Volleyball state champion, so another great Baldwin alumni.
Absolutely.
With Mount Lebanon connections.
Might be a Marcia Shields in there.
Oh, my gosh, David Shields' mom.
Yes.
I did not know that.
Yep.
Wow.
And wife of Kevin Shields, who just qualified for the senior PGA last week in Albuquerque, New Mexico.
Did he really?
Yes, he did.
Congratulations, Kevin Shields. That's outstanding. All right, so here we go. 4th down and 11, long snap. Ball's up in the air. Baldwin kicks it. It's short, bounces at the 44-yard line, touched by a Highlander as it bounces back to the 45. They'll call it dead at about the 44-yard line, where it'll be 1st down and 10 for the Blue Devils. Blue Devils will have 2 timeouts, 26 seconds remaining, up 13-0. Let's see what Coach Spieler dials up for the Blue Devils offense.
Yeah, I'd like to see if we get a one-on-one coverage here, I'd like to see them take a shot downfield. Put the ball in the air, try to save some time.
You might
if there's an
see
incomplete
that.
pass.
Yeah, so this is interesting.
And we have
deploy 3 wide receivers. J.P. Walters at tight end. He goes in motion, comes right. Shields in shotgun. Clean release.
And there
He goes long. He's got him wide open. You called it. Garrett Pavlik hauls it in at the 10-yard line. Beautiful ball by the sophomore gunslinger, David Shields. He drops back to pass, has all day, finds Garrett Pavlik going down the right seam, cuts across the middle, hauls it in. Beautiful play design by Coach Spieler. Beautiful execution by the Blue Devils. That's David Shields in the long pass. We've not seen that in a long time. Beautiful play.
They might have been saving that one, honestly, Brian, because we've been seeing one-on-one coverage all game, and I know Pavlik and Mikey Biersdorf, those guys are very, very capable one-on-one, and they can create distance and create separation. I knew it was just a matter of time before they tried to take a shot.
Well, Chris, you called it right before that. Blue Devils were going to go long, and that's exactly what they did. David Shields looking very comfortable back in that pocket, well protected. Garrett Pavlik runs a beautiful route, gets behind the safety that was Kozar, and delivers the perfect strike. Blue Devils will have the ball first down and 10 at the 7-yard line. 17 seconds remaining. They take a timeout, of course, after that play, which made sense. They've got one timeout left. As you'll recall, the Blue Devils called a timeout when Baldwin was punting to try to maximize the clock. Let's see what we got here. 3 wide receivers. That's Heidenreich in the slot. Pavlik comes in motion. Shields in shotgun. I'm going to watch. Shields rolls right. Wide open. Mikey B, touchdown. Wow. Nice job.
Great job.
Excellent pattern by the senior, number 19, Michael Beardsdorf. David Shields rolls right, has plenty of time. The left-hander slings it to senior Beardsdorf, who scores a touchdown. That's a 7-yard touchdown pass for Shields. He's accounted for all 3 of Mount Lebanon scores. Beardsdorf with the touchdown. That is Mikey B's. Boy, I got to double-check that. That's his 3rd touchdown of the season, number 19, Beardsdorf. To kick it is Ben McCauley. Big rush by the Highlanders, but McCauley kicks it right through. Great job by number 31, the long snapper, Luke Lombardo. Shields on the hold. McCauley bangs it through. That drive, 2 plays, 56 yards, 14 seconds. Boy, it looked a little bit like the Blue Devil offense from 2021 right there.
It sure did. Hey, kudos to the offensive line. David Shields is really getting a lot of time back there to see the field, make good decisions, find an open man, and execute on the play.
Boy, great call, Chris Long, the offensive line. That's something that I feel like since the Seneca Valley game has really been improving the O-line. Now it helps you get an all-state player back like Cade Capristo on the O-line, but that offensive line is really gelling. Your son, Ryan, number 72, has been an anchor on the left side of that line at tackle, doing a great job as well.
No, they've all been doing a great job, and they've really started to gel. You got Ben Tabak, who's I've helped coach over the years. Nice kid, nice player, really has earned his way into that spot. Really happy to have him back and have him with the injured Connor Young being out this week. Mikey
B kicking off again. He just scored the touchdown. He kicks it deep to the left, and that ball is going to go in the end zone with 12 seconds left. It'll be a touchback for the Highlanders. Great job of kicking off by Mikey B. Now, Mikey B just scores the touchdown down the right sideline. He kicks off. He might drive the bus back home to Baldwin.
Well, this is why they call him the utility knife. He can do it all.
Yeah, Swiss Army knife.
Yep.
There you go. All right, 12 seconds remaining in the second quarter. Blue Devils up 20-0 on the Fighting Highlanders. Highlanders will take the ball over, first down and 10 from the 20. Kozar in shotgun. I would assume they're just going to take a knee here and head into the half, down 20-0.
No.
Hands off. Oh, good hard running. Oh, nice job by number 31, Sharp.
Yeah, Sharp is something else.
He's really run hard. Kozar and Sharp have really stood out for their toughness. Tackled on the play by number 8. That's middle linebacker Will Hartong, second leading tackler on the team. And that will be the end of the first half. It's been a while since we've been able to say this, Chris. That's the Mount Lebanon Blue Devils 20, the Fighting Highlanders 0. Quick thoughts on the first half.
Just some of the keys to the game, as I said before. Come out of that tunnel, ready to execute. Anytime you touch the ball, you want to be able to score off of that. So you want to go down and finish with a touchdown, and we've been able to do that 3 times.
Yeah, great job by Coach Pelko having this team ready and prepared. I liked a lot of different offensive sets we saw, but really some new ones as well. Have not seen the double tight as much with the heavy packages, which was really successful. David Shields looked really comfortable back there. And look, when you look at the schedule early in the season, you see Baldwin on, and this is a game you think going into halftime you should be winning 20-0. But Baldwin's shown a lot of heart, a lot of fight. They're not going to go away. A lot of pride on that team. I'm sure Coach Sweeney will have them ready to play in the third quarter. However, if you're Mount Lebanon, you're 3-5, and you have big sights for where this team could go based on what happened last year. This is a big game to set up for next week's game, too.
Yeah.
And I don't want to look ahead yet. We've got a whole other half of football to play. But we've got Cannon Mac sitting next week for as our opponent. So What happens in the next 2 quarters is relevant, right, Chris?
Absolutely. And I said we've got to come out and sprint for the rest of the season. We can't take any plays off. You can't take any quarters off. You have to concentrate on the game in front of you. And you got to go into next week with 2 wins. That's the only way you can go into next week. We've got to finish this season strong. And next week is going to be, in my opinion, win or lose tonight for Central Catholic. It's going to be a must-win game for this team. There's a lot to be said making your way into the playoffs, but making your way into the playoffs on a 3-game winning streak is key. Not to look forward, but we've got to finish the job here tonight.
Yeah, very interesting because there is a big 6A game this evening going on, and that is Central Catholic playing Seneca Valley. Mount Lebanon, of course, beat Central Catholic earlier this season, and also was in a fist fight with Seneca Valley here a couple weeks ago. Game didn't go our way, but again, defense was stout. Mount Lebanon, I think, had 5 turnovers that game. Might have had 6 turnovers that game.
Yeah, it was
tough
a tough
to win
game.
a game, but into the fourth quarter, we were only down 7.
Yep. I mean, we've been in every game this season. We just have had trouble finishing when it's important. And come out to that first game of the season where we played Bethel Park, we go up. Was it 2 touchdowns early?
Yeah.
And we lose that game here at home. One interesting thing, we haven't won in the stadium this year. So our 3 wins come by way of the road games. So tonight would be special for these fans if we continue to play the way we're playing, to bring a win home for the community, for the band, for the patrons here that come out week after week.
Yeah, I know Mount Lebanon football is super grateful for all the support it gets from the community, from the youth football team to the cheerleaders to the band to all the parents to all the residents of Mount Lebanon who come out year after year and game after game to support our student athletes. Super grateful. All right, well, it's halftime. Clock's running. There's 17:20 left. We're going to let you listen to the Fighting Highlander Band and then the legendary, hardest-working band in the WPIAL, the Mount Lebanon Marching Band, followed by the Mount Lebanon Drumline. So that's it for Chris and me for the next 17 minutes. We'll be back at the start of the third quarter. Enjoy the bands. Good evening.
we proudly present the 2022 Mount Lebanon Blue Devil Marching Band. Tonight, the Mount Lebanon Blue Devil Marching Band celebrates our seniors. We thank them and their families for their time and dedication to our program. Please give your attention to the 50-yard line. We'll be naming our seniors. Turner Avila, escorted by Crystal and Juan Avila. Maxim Barron, escorted by mom Mary Karlovich and brother Alexander Barron. Christian Caminos, escorted by Carlos and Tanya Caminos. Dave Shatani, escorted by Shaitan and Tanya Shatani. Lily Connell, escorted by Jill Majestic. Elena DeGrazia, escorted by Dean and Jean DeGrazia. Ace Delvo, escorted by Dharma and Frank Delvos. Sean Fitzgerald, escorted by mom Lucy Fitzgerald and then Denny Phillips. Eli Green, escorted by Polly and Jason Green. Jeffrey Greenfield, escorted by Aaron and Gail Greenfield. Drew Harwood, escorted by Andy and Angela Harwood. Sarah Iobe, escorted by Bethany Iobe. Martina Jarrett, escorted by Karen and Carl Jarrett. Ava Kelly, escorted by Greg and Nancy Kelly. Connor Costin, escorted by Matt and Tammy Costin. Ella Coster, escorted by Mitchell Coster. Molly Cuban, escorted by Ed and Jody Cuban. Alden Robert Light, escorted by Joyce and Jeffrey Light. Josh London, escorted by Alex and Tracy London. Sheila Malachi, escorted by Allison Higgins. Aiden McCauley Stein, escorted by Aaron McCauley and Sam Stein. Colin McKay, escorted by Mark and Sharon McKay. Simon Mena, escorted by Joy and Stephen Mena. Victor Nowatzki, escorted by Courtney Coyne and Paul Nowatzki. Kevin Oxenrider, escorted by Courtney and Mark Oxenrider. Nick Plowman, escorted by Mary Kay and Ron Davis, and Mary and Linda Plowman.
Okay. Wow, those are some interesting scores. Yeah. All right, tremendous halftime presentation by the Mount Lebanon Band. It was senior rec night for the band, seniors and their families. Again, hardest working band in the WPIAL. Great to see them get that recognition with their families. Thank you, Mount Lebanon Band, for all you do to make Friday night so special in Mount Lebanon. As we head to the second half, the third quarter, we're going to be getting it started a little bit later just because of the senior rec night for the band. But we have a couple big scores coming in. First one, Central Catholic versus Seneca Valley. They're already started the second half. Chris, and what is the score there?
Looks like it's 21-13 Central.
The Central Catholic Vikings up 8 on Seneca Valley in the second half. That game has definitive playoff implications for the Blue Devils as well.
Absolutely.
Also, interesting score, Cannon Mac versus Peters Township. It's at the half there, and Cannon Mac 6, Peters 0. Very similar to our game last week, it looks like.
Yes, it is. Another non-sectional game, but probably very important to both teams to win that game.
Yeah, very interesting. All right, here we go. We're going to start the second half of football, and depending on how things work out, let's just, again, we're not looking ahead at all. We know we've got 2 quarters of football to play here. But if the Blue Devils hold on and win this game, they play next week at Cannon Mac. There is a scenario under which Mount Lebanon could finish as high as the number 2 seed and could get another home playoff game. I don't think that scenario is likely, but it is possible. If that happens, then the Blue Devils would be hosting a first-round playoff game potentially if they get the 2nd seed. However, it's also possible the Blue Devils could get be 5th and not even make the playoffs too. So quite a range of possibilities for our Mount Lebanon team.
Yeah, it's good Western Pennsylvania football. It's going to come down to the last week before we're really going to know. Yeah,
and a lot was made last season of the Blue Devils' long stretch of not winning a WPIAL championship. It had been since 2000 when Mount Lebanon had won a WPIAL championship. And, of course, they won one last year in the state championship with that very powerful 2021 Blue Devil team. However, it's also been quite a long time since Mount Lebanon football has won back-to-back WPIAL champions. You're going to go back to the early 80s. That 1980-1981 team, they had back-to-back WPIAL championships. And then again in 1983 and 1984, they won back-to-back WPIAL championships. So, I think it's a tremendous goal. The program is at a point now where those should be the expectations of winning a WPIAL championship every year, and it'd be great to look back at those 83 and 84 teams that won back-to-back and said we did it in 21 and 22, Chris.
Yeah, absolutely. And if we look at the program now, Brian, there were a couple of light years as our kids were coming up through where we were going down from 4 teams in the younger kids, the 3rd and 4th grade. Might have 4 teams out there, and that actually whittled down to 2 and sometimes 1 team we were fielding. So we needed to go down Route 19 and get with some other communities. But those numbers are way back up. We've got 50 kids, maybe plus, playing in the 7th grade now. There are 2 teams in the 7th grade, and I think it's similar numbers, maybe just a little bit lighter than that in the 8th grade. And we've got some really good athletes that are on this 9th grade squad now. So I think the momentum is there, and the expectations are there that we will continue to field good quality teams out here. And the expectation is to win.
Yeah, no doubt, Chris. The building blocks have been put in place by Coach Palco and his staff to build a strong football program at Mount Lebanon. You've seen it with the off-season conditioning, the amount of effort and time that's put into this program by Coach Palco. A big part of Coach Palco's program is Ryan Reiser, the strength and conditioning coach who runs the player development program for Mount Lebanon. If you talk about Mount Lebanon just being tougher and being in better shape and being physically stronger, Coach Reiser's a big part of that for the Blue Devils.
Absolutely. Yeah, and last year I think one of the keys to a lot of that success is we had a lot of our kids were not injured last year. Now this year's a little bit different. We just had some bad luck. For the most part, the key, the core athletes on that squad last year were very, very healthy. And, we hope to get most of these kids back as we press into the last week and then hopefully into the postseason this year. Yeah,
and there has been some shakeups on Coach's staff as well. He lost his longtime defensive coordinator, Coach Kim Needbala. Congratulations to Coach Needbala. He's out at Union doing great things with Union's football program, about to have a winning season, which I don't think they've had in a very long time. They're looking at a playoff spot, and he's also athletic director there. But Coach Kim, beloved by the players, a great defensive coordinator. Very lucky that we had Coach Andy Barry, who also goes back a long time with Coach Palco in that West A program. Coach Barry's come in, and of course, kids love Coach Kim, but it's be hard to believe anyone loves Coach Barry more than those kids as well. And he's done a great job coaching up that defense this season.
Yeah, he sure has. And the kids, these players just, they play for themselves, but they play for this coaching staff too. They really, as I told Coach Palco's sister, the kids love you. They really love him and the coaching staff and the culture that he's developed and built here in this community.
That's right, and of course, Coach Spieler now, he's in his third season as offense coordinator for the Blue Devils, and again, I think he's called a great first half. The Blue Devils offensively look very well prepared. All right, here we go. Second half kickoff. Baldwin will kick off from the 40-yard line. They're kicking from the south end zone into the north end zone. Back deep for the Blue Devils is Nathan Sala. It's a low kick, and Blue Devils will fall on it right at about the 32-yard line. That's Aiden Dawson, number 1, the senior fullback for the Blue Devils. All right, let's see if the Mount Lebanon comes out again to start the second half in that heavy package we saw a lot of early in the game, particularly the first quarter for the Blue Devils. It was very effective. David Shields did a great job of finding number 32, senior tight end Grayson D, on 3 drags that picked up big yardage. Blue Devils do not start in the heavy package. They'll go 3 wides with a tailback. That's Beckham D. David Shields in shotgun, had a strong first half. Drops back, pass. Garrett Pavlik wide open. Catches it about for 7 yards. Jukes left, heads right. Picks up another 6 yards after the catch. That's a Blue Devil first down. Great way to start the second half. Garrett Pavlik, his 3rd reception of the game. Actually, that might be his 2nd reception. That's a first down for the Blue Devils at the 44-yard line.
Andrew Sharp on that tackle, number 31. Again, all over the field. We've called his name so many times.
Yeah, on offense and defense. Sharp, tough-nosed, hard-nosed player. Beckham D takes the toss sweep. Heads left. Nice tackle on the play by number 6. That's the other outside linebacker, Keith Minson. He also is a junior wrestler, very active player for the Highlanders. It'll be second down, and let's call that 7 yards. Let's call it 8. 2-yard pickup by Beckham D.
Yeah, Beckham was probably about a half a step from breaking that edge.
Mm-hmm. David Shields shotgun back to pass. He's got Ezra Heidenreich open, and that's going to be pass interference. Great job, Ezra, drawing the flag. David Shields throws a nice ball down the left sideline. Ez in hand-to-hand combat. His brother Eli would be proud of that effort. Picks up the pass interference call.
I think that was on Jaden. Is it Dutine?
Blue Devils shuffling in different personnel. Here comes Aiden Dawson at fullback. Number 3, senior Nathan Sala at tailback. Ezra Heidenreich comes out. Garrett Pavlik will move into the slot. Mikey Beersdorf will be at right flanker. And now it looks like Beersdorf will move into the slot. Grayson D at tight end. Offensive line remains the same, anchored by number 53, senior center Frank Tinnemeyer. Shields goes under center. Game clock is at 38, so plenty of time. Toss sweep right to Nathan Sala. He heads right, picks up a big block. Has Gassim. Sala heads right. Touchdown, Nathan Sala. From 39 yards out, he heads right, picks up 2 big blocks. You saw Nathan Sala's acceleration on that play.
Nathan Sala has another gear. When he gets that edge and he puts his foot in the ground, he has another gear.
He did. 2 Highlanders had the angle on him at about the 20 and again at the 10. Sala finds another gear, the senior tailback. Another long touchdown run for Nathan Sala. Touchdown Blue Devils. It's 26-0, extra point pending. Snap by Lombardo, hold by Shields, kick by Ben McCauley. It hits the upright and banks in just as Ben drew it up. His dad, Doug, said, Ben banked this one off the right upright. Ben does what his dad tells him and kicks it through. It's 27-0 Mount Lebanon.
Great job. Great job by the Blue Devils.
Wow, so again, right side's been very good for the Blue Devils in the running game. You've got Kay Papisto at right tackle. They toss sweep, which we've not seen a lot of toss sweeps this year to the Blue Devils. Shields tosses to Sala. Sala takes the toss and just heads right.
And the thing about Sala is he doesn't try to do too much out there. You see guys trying to go down the field. They try to make too many cuts. He has one cut, and I think that's what keeps his momentum and speed up.
Yeah, well, great opening drive. That's the first drive of the second half for the Blue Devils. It's 3 plays, 68 yards, a minute 54 gone, and Sala with a, did we say there was a 38-yard touchdown run?
Somewhere around there. It was long.
When you want precise statistics, you want the Long and Walters team doing the game, not Postufka.
You don't want to come here.
Denny's on some beach. He's at the DoubleTree Hotel in Hollywood Beach, Florida. But we need him to keep us straight with the kickoff. I forgot I'm doing play-by-play. Goes back to the 10-yard line. Nice return. He fights hard for about 11 yards up to the 21, tackled by a host of Blue Devils, including, that's number 21, Idris Wilson, number 34, that's Noah Archibald, and number 14, that's freshman Patrick Smith. Boy, he's had a great year at JV at quarterback. Really, I mean, hard to believe there's a Smith who's a great athlete.
He's something else,
Yeah.
too. I went out and watched him at this week on Monday night, and he really opened it up. He's just a wonderful athlete with his feet, with his arm, and a great defender as well.
Yeah. All right, first drive of the second half for the Fighting Highlanders. They're back in shotgun. Tight end moves in motion from right to left. That's number 83. Another back goes in motion. That's Minchin, who takes the handoff on the jet sweep. Heads right, met by a host of Blue Devils at the point of attack. Hit first by, it looked like, number 5, Beckham D, and number 1, Aiden Dawson on that. Good to see Aiden Dawson now in an outside linebacker. He's replacing Michael Javaden. Boy, let's keep an eye on that. I'm hoping nothing's wrong with Michael Javaden. That cannot afford not to have Michael Javaden healthy.
Looks like they picked up a 2.5 on that last one.
Kozar in shotgun again. He drops back, does a nice job of eluding the rush, finds a wide receiver to the right. He's defended on the play by number 4, Anthony Petrogallo. That was Kozar throwing to Jaden Dutine, just out of his reach. So it'll be 3rd down and 8 for the Blue Devils. Blue Devils have done a nice job of getting pressure on the passer all day. Kozar has done a nice job of avoiding the rush when he can. Jack Murphy getting pressure on that. He comes out, spelled by David Cower, number 73, who's had an outstanding season on nose for the Blue Devils. Blue Devils on their base 3-4. Kozar back to pass out of shotgun, being pursued by Aiden Dawson from the outside. Dawson, strip sack, fumble from the side. Wow, Aiden Dawson came all the way from the left side, blitzing from the outside linebacker spot. Coach Andy Barry dials it up. They send Dawson off the side. He tracks the quarterback down from behind, forces the fumble. That's recovered by number 32, senior co-captain Grayson D at the 22-yard line, where it will be 1st down Blue Devils. And look at this, number 9, senior captain Alex Javaden in the game at quarterback. He'll go to shotgun. Pavlik in the slot. 81, Shirali, sophomore, split out left. Ez on the right. Javon looks, got him wide open. Garrett Pavlik, touchdown!
Great job.
Touchdown by Alex Javon, in for one play, 22 yards out. He drops back, looks totally comfortable. Again, as you mentioned, offensive line doing a great job. He finds Garrett Pavlik. Pavlik, at least his third, if not fourth catch of the game, right down the hash into the end zone. Touchdown. Blue Devils find pay dirt, and it's 33-0, extra point pending. Nice play by Alex Javon.
Yeah, Alex just paused a second and pumped and just had his defender step back and just create enough separation to get it over his head. Great job.
And there we go. Ben McCauley pounds through another extra point. That's 34 for the Blue Devils, 0 for Baldwin, the Highlanders. And again, how you'd like to start the second half if you're Mount Lebanon. First 2 drives, 2 big scoring drives. Quarterbacks playing outstanding tonight. Alex Javon, a perfect quarterback rating, 1 for 1. Finds the senior leading receiver, Garrett Pavlik, for the touchdown in the seam. Nice job by Garrett for pulling it in. Blue Devils will be kicking off. That's Mikey B from the 40-yard line.
Yeah, and forcing that fumble deep in their end, that was a key play, key momentum play for the team, and resulted in 7 points.
Yeah, nice job by Aiden Dawson, the senior. We've not seen him as much on defense, but he showed his playmaking abilities on that. It looked like Michael Javada, number 6, was being checked out by the team trainers. Kickoff by Beersdorf. It's deep, right to the 7-yard line. Minson takes it. He heads right, heads to the 18, met by a host of Blue Devils, and tackled at the 20-yard line. Tackle on the play.
Looks like Patrick Smith was in on that, number 14.
Yeah, that was Pat Smith, the freshman. Nice tackle by him. We talked about him earlier as doing a great job at QB. And again, A.J. Highland, that's his second tackle on special teams. Also, it looked like in on that was number 30. That's Joseph Hetz, Joey Hetz as well. So nice job. Again, we mentioned A.J. Highland, sophomore. His dad, Brendan Highland, former unit principal at Mount Lebanon. Also the superintendent at Plum School District. Brendan, a great guy. Handoff by Kozar. They hand off to number 31 to Sharp.
Aiden Dawson in the backfield again.
Boy, Aiden Dawson playing.
Yeah, he's tearing it up.
Outstanding. Really disruptive. That'll be a big addition because without Rocky Hable, they're down an outside linebacker. So great to see Aiden doing so well. Rotating some different players in. We now have Aiden Fennell, who's been starting a lot this season at right corner. And at left corner, is that still Cole Marco out at left corner? Number 23?
23,
I think
yes
so,
it is.
yeah.
Looks like we've got Nate Sala as linebacker.
Oh. Boy, just not much room to run out of the shotgun. They hand off to number 31 again. No quit in this Baldwin team. That's Andrew Sharp fighting for yardage. Just not much there. It'll be 3rd down and 12 for the Highlanders. Now, while Baldwin is 1-7 in football, this will be a very good Baldwin basketball team this season in 6A. They've got a lot of very good senior players on that team. So while Mount Lebanon may have the advantage in football, it'll be a slugfest when Mount Lebanon and Baldwin playing basketball this season. Blitz again by Dawson. Boy, just nowhere for Kozar to go. He's swarmed under by a host of Blue Devils. And that's Jack Murphy again, number 71. I think that's Jack's second sack of the game. Great job by Jack Murphy. He's the senior. Boy, he's worked really hard to earn that playing time.
Sure has.
Great job by Jack. Also in on that play was number 34, outside linebacker Noah Archibald. Noah also has worked really hard. Good to see Noah in on that play.
Absolutely.
Highlander player down. Thankfully, we've not seen too many injuries. Baldwin does not have a lot of depth. We mentioned at the beginning of this broadcast, only 26 players.
That's big.
Hate to see somebody down. That's one of the big linemen.
I think he's the one that's got a couple of offers, doesn't he?
Yeah, that's their co-captain. That's Brady Hartman.
Yep.
Offensive lineman. That's 6 foot, 285 pounds. He's
a
down.
big
boy, let's hope he's okay.
Yeah, we got the trainers out on him now.
Boy, certainly Mount Lebanon familiar with that scene of injuries. We've been banged up this whole season. You get a couple guys healthy and someone else seems to go down. It was good to see Johnny McGee in uniform last week. I saw him warming up again this week. He has not played yet, but I'm hoping he might be ready for Canamac.
Yeah, I saw him last night at the team dinner. He seemed to be moving around. He's still in the boot, but he said he's been working out with the boot off, doing some PT. He feels he'll be ready for Canamac. Whether or not the doctor will release him is probably the story. But certainly, if this Blue Devil squad makes the playoffs, he's going to be back for that.
All right, in the extended series of famous Baldwin alumni, we're going to bring up a famous 1989 graduate from Baldwin High School. Now, this is a good friend of David Heidenreich. And, again, our crack team of diligence people at the saloon in Mount Lebanon last night found out about this gentleman, Chunk, he goes by. That's his nickname.
Chunk.
Yeah, Chunk. That's Dave Heidenreich's buddy, an 89 graduate of the Baldwin Highlanders. Voted by many of people in Baldwin as having the best mullet ever in Baldwin. That's their friend Chunk. Also, apparently, Chunk had an amazing intramural football career at University of Pittsburgh Johnstown, which is known for its intramural football.
Did not
so
know that.
Chunk, again, another illustrious Baldwin grad, 89, best mullet ever, friend of David Heidenreich.
You know, I'd like to compare that to mine back in the 80s.
I would die to be able to have a mullet right now.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah. You've got more hair than I do, Chris. All right, so it looks like big number 72 is able to walk off the field. That's Brady Hartman, the senior offensive lineman. We know he's got a couple Division III offers. Hope he's okay as he makes his way. Highlanders punting. Good kick. Heidenreich fields it at the 40, heads left. Nice run by Ezra. He picks up 8 yards on the punt return, but tackled by number 6. That's Vinson, who's been all over the field too, just like Sharp. I'm going to say that's probably holding on the Blue Devils. Okay, it looks like the Blue Devils are going to start to rotate some different players in. I'm seeing some different linemen coming in on the Blue Devils side. That penalty was on the Blue Devils. Ten-yard variety that wipes out Ezra Heidenreich's good punt return. Blue Devils will take over their third drive of the second half at the 45-yard line, first down and 10. And there are some new players working their way in for the Blue Devils. That's number 63 for the Blue Devils. That's Cameron Petrie.
Cam Petrie, yep, and number 21, Idris Wilson.
Nice. Running back. Oh, Idris fumbles. That ball's on the ground. Tough exchange between Alex and Idris. It looks like the Blue Devils may have been able to fall on it. It'll be second down and 11 for the Blue Devils. All right, we also have, it looks like,
Number 81, who's a sophomore. Great story on him. That's Noah Shirali. He's moved here from Europe, but just an explosive athlete. Look for him.
All right.
Look for him this year and next year.
Excellent. We don't have too many European players on the team.
He's in from Sweden, and apparently the story is he had to travel 45 minutes every day to practice.
Wow. Handoff. That's Alex Javada, number 9, senior co-captain. He hands off to number, I believe that was 25, Freddie Lasota. Freddie hits the hole hard, goes left, picks up 2 yards. Also running behind number 66, that's Sam Bagnato. That's the junior center. So Bagnato's in at center. Frankie Tinnemeyer's out. So those are the two changes along the line. That's Petrie and Bagnato in on the offensive line. Looks like Luke Lombardo at left tight end. Fakes the handoff. Alex rolls out. Oh. Good ball by Alex. Just tried to hit it to the sideline and not open. That'll be third down and let's call it
9.
sorry, fourth
Fourth
down.
and 9.
Fourth down.
We're
Fourth and 9.
going to get rid of it.
Yeah, I believe that's probably a punt situation for the Blue Devils. And here comes the number 1 punt unit out with Mikey Beardsdorf, number 19. And you know you're having a good offensive game when it's when there's 6 minutes left in the third quarter and this is your first punt.
Yep.
Again, great job by Coach Spieler and getting that offense ready. They've looked sharp tonight, putting up 34 points with 6 minutes left in the third quarter.
And really, Coach, for the first time this year, we're starting to see Coach Palco bringing guys off the bench early.
Oh, nice pump by Mikey. Oh, gets the nice bounce. Mikey punts it from the 45-yard line, and ball rolls dead at the 10-yard line. That'll be a 35-yard net punt for Mikey B. And look, the way this season is going to go, special teams are going to be big for the Blue Devils. We're going to need every blade of grass. We're going to need Mikey B's foot as well as his legs and his hands. But the special teams, I think, are going to be really relevant for us.
Yep. And, just the ability to flip the field that quickly, to do it that efficiently, to get the blocks that you need, to get upfield, to down the ball. We're going to need that.
All right, here we go. We're working in some additional players. In now is number 24, Dominic Huff. Also now 27, A.J. Highline. We've called him a couple times tonight on special teams. He's now an outside linebacker. He blitzes on this play and actually makes the tackle in the backfield. Nice job by A.J. So, Chris, number 25 from Mount Lebanon, that's Freddie Lasota. Now, think of famous number 25s from Mount Lebanon. Do you know who might be the most famous number 25 from Mount Lebanon?
I can't think of it.
It's Luke Hagee.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely, Luke Hagee.
But there is another famous number 25 from Mount Lebanon.
Well, you stumped me with the first one.
Well, Tim Walters was also.
Tim Walters.
Can't believe that didn't just roll off the tongue.
It should
right
have,
there.
yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Timmy's listening tonight from probably the library, if I'm guessing correctly.
On
in
a
Lancaster.
Friday?
Yeah,
Sounds
Franklin
about right.
Marshall.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Yeah, probably. And they've got a big game tomorrow. They're fighting for the wagon against Dickinson College. Baldwin in the shotgun. They hand off from the shotgun. Goes right. Tackled by a host of Blue Devils. Leading on that tackle was senior, number 34, Noah Archibald.
Great job.
Noah, his dad, Jim Archibald, played for CMU, the Tardans, as a center. There's no shortage of CMU connections to Mount Lebanon football. Chris D, of course, outstanding quarterback for the Tardans. Denny Postufka, famous kicker for CMU Tardans. Dan Pavlik played for CMU. A lot of different connections. And their longtime coach, of course, a resident of Mount Lebanon for many years. Shotgun snap, Kozar back.
Oh.
He's pressured, fumbles, picks it up, and sacked on the play.
Wow.
Again,
34.
Noah Archibald in on the tackle. That's the senior outside linebacker. Back-to-back plays for Noah. And that'll be fourth down for Baldwin. Baldwin will punt again. They'll be punting out of their end zone this time. Ezra Heidenreich set up at his 35-yard line. Will try to return it. Ez has done a nice job fielding the ball tonight. He's had a couple nice returns. He's close to breaking one, in my opinion.
I'll tell you what, that was an outstanding job by that defense.
Low punt, bounces at the 28-yard line. It will not be returnable. Gets a favorable roll all the way out to the 34-yard line where Baldwin kills it. It'll be first down and 10 from the 34 with 3:56 remaining in this third quarter. Mount Lebanon leads Baldwin 34-0. Mount Lebanon working in additional players to this offensive set. We now see number 22. That's Tyler Harpsch, the senior running back. Looks like he may get a snap, although he comes back out. 42 is in now. We mentioned that's Grayson Beck. He's a freshman. Going to get an opportunity to play some at wide receiver here. Luke Lombardo in at tight end. They've now shuffled in a couple additional offensive linemen.
Got 81 in the slot again.
Toss. Good hard running. That was Oh, that's Jimmy Green. Yeah, the junior. Just saw his dad at halftime. His dad played at Duquesne. That's Jimmy Green taking the toss, sweep, and heading right. He picks up, let's call it 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Javaden, the senior captain, in at quarterback. Tyler Harps now dotting the I at tailback. 2 wide receivers left. Beck, wide receiver to the right. Blitz on the middle linebackers, wide open. Ez in the flat. Oh, Ez breaks a tackle, heads left. Boy, great running by Ezra Heidenreich.
Flag comes in.
Ez caught the ball at the line of scrimmage, bobbled a little bit, then squared his shoulders up, got about 6 yards, then had contact, ran through the tackler, picked up another 10 yards, flag down. What do you think that is, Chris?
Interesting to see. I don't know where that's going. But here comes
could
the
not be a
call now.
block.
Face mask.
Face mask, nice.
So we're going to get
Great.
15.
Personal foul.
Or
Nice.
they're going to go half the distance, I think.
Yeah, and nice job by Ezra Heidenreich. Again, the junior slot receiver. He's come on strong in the second half of the season. Boy, nice to see Alex back there throwing the ball.
It really is.
So happy for him. He's battled some pretty serious injuries this season. I know Ryan and Erica must be super thrilled too.
Yeah, they both are. Absolutely.
Oh, Idris Wilson takes the handoff, heads left, fights hard for, let's call that 3 yards. It'll be 2nd down and 7 from the 10-yard line. In comes Ezra Heidenreich. Out goes Aiden Dawson. In comes Tyler Harpst. Out goes Idris Wilson. So again, Coach Spieler still using various packages to set the Blue Devils up for their potentially 6th scoring drive of the evening. 2:10 remaining in this third frame. Mount Lebanon 34, Baldwin 0. Javaden in shotgun. He sends Beck in motion to the right. Fake handoff. Oh, he does hand off to Tyler Harps. Tyler Harps takes it, hits the 3-hole. Not much room there. Let's give Tyler Harps a yard on that. Good running by Tyler. It'll be 3rd down and a long 7 for the Blue Devils. Coach, what do you like here from Alex Javaden, the senior? Is this a pass play?
Third, yeah, I'd say he's probably going to pass me a little play action. See who they put in the backfield here. Who do we have back there?
Javaden goes under center. Yeah, it's Ty Harps. Yep. Fakes the handoff. Rolls right. No one open right now. Yeah. Man, that was good try, Alex. It was intercepted. He tried to find the missile as Heidenreich in the end zone. Picked off on the play by the Highlanders in the end zone. That's number 11, John Kozar, the quarterback. You call him a Swiss Army knife, too. He's been all over the field, too. Between Kozar, Minson, and Sharp, they've been all over the field for the Highlanders. Give those kids a lot of credit. They're dressing 26 guys. They've battled the whole night. No quit on this Baldwin team. I mean, head coach Tim Sweeney's got to be proud of that.
Yeah, I don't think those guys have got much of a break tonight whatsoever.
No, they have not. Play clock is down to 13 as Baldwin is not broken, and they're going to have to call a timeout. Yep, and they do.
Looks like we have Matt Wynn checked in here, number 13.
Yep.
He'll be down here on the boundary.
You've seen Matt return some kickoffs for the Blue Devils. Done a nice job. A real speedster, as I understand it.
Real speedster, yeah. He has a good sense of the field. Comes up on the ball fast. Doesn't try to do too much with it. Yep. But he's a nice player. Nice cornerback. Nice special teams player.
Do we have any updates on the Seneca Valley Central score? We're checking on that. But I think as we start to head to the fourth quarter, up 34-0, we can start to look a little bit ahead, Chris, to the Cannon Mac game next week. Huge game for our Blue Devils. Cannon Mac. $21-19 is the score. Central ahead of Seneca Valley by 2 points in the fourth quarter. It's 21-19. Okay, that's good to know, Blue Devil football fan. So Kennebec will come in here, Washington County team. Coach Evans has been there for a long time. He does a very good job coaching that team. Kennebec has only beat Mount Lebanon one time ever, and that was in Coach Palco's second season at Kennebec, the COVID year, first game of the year. Mount Lebanon up 17-0, and Kennebec came back in the second half to win that game.
Yeah, that was a strange series of events. There were no fans that night. We were all watching from the TV set, and you're right. It was a freaky thing that happened. But those kids will play hard football down there. I remember our kids who are now seniors playing in 8th grade down there, and they took it to us. So they've got their program is getting much better. If you look at the points that they put up this year, they put up a ton of points on offense. I mean, a ton.
Yeah, Mount Lebanon will have his handful against Kennebec. Nice throw by Kozar. Multiple flags down on the play. They get the ball to the right, tackled by a host of Blue Devils. That's going to be face mask on the Blue Devils. In on the tackle was Tyler Harpst. All right, so just trying to reset the Blue Devil defense here. We got number 45 in. That's Jonas Boyd. He's a sophomore.
'82, Joseph Malone is checked in as well at defensive end.
Joseph Malone, freshman,
yeah.
Correct? Yeah.
Real nice player.
Yeah. And he has an older brother, Michael, who's a junior.
Yep, was a nice quarterback in this program.
Yeah,
and he's helping out with the signal calling now.
Yeah, I thought
Coach
he was.
Palco.
That's great. Wonderful.
Great kids.
Absolutely, yeah. Thinking about the Malone family for certain. Blue Devils in their base 3-4 defense, so that's 3 down linemen, 4 linebackers, 4 D-backs. Kozar takes the snap, heads left. He throws long downfield. Oh! Great break on the ball by number 12 safety Ezra Heidenreich. Almost picks it off. And do we have a switch by the Fighting Highlanders at quarterback?
It looks like Evan McNutt may have checked in, number 8.
Okay.
He at least took that play.
McNutt is a 5'10" junior for the Highlanders. And that'll be the end of the third quarter. Mount Lebanon comes out, scores 2 touchdowns in their 2 opening drives in the third quarter. Looked very good doing so. Saw some big play passing capabilities. First out of the sophomore gunslinger, David Shields, and then the senior co-captain, Alice Javaden, comes in. They find Beersdorf and Pavlik, respectively, on touchdown passes to stretch the Lebo lead to 34-0 in this second half.
Yeah, now it's probably time we think about running the ball when we get the ball back, trying to work some of this clock. We haven't had one of those games this year, not even close, where they kept the clock running. I think isn't that a 35-point differential? So we're at 34.
Yeah, you're right, Chris. So when Mercy Rule has not gone into effect yet, Blue Devils will need one more score to do that. Coach Palco was out on the field, as are some of the assistant coaches. And again, if there's one hallmark of a Coach Palco team, it's going to be that it's going to get better as the season goes on.
Absolutely.
You're seeing Mount Lebanon for the second time this season likely win its second game in a row. They did that earlier against Moon and then Central Catholic. Really thought that was the precipice to turning the season around. Didn't turn out that way. Oh, nice play.
That was Joe Malone breaking that up.
That's the freshman, number 82, Joe Malone. He's 6'1", 185, very athletic kid. Does a nice job of making that play on the pass rush.
So we got 3rd and 10. This would be a great stop for the Blue Devils right now. Get off the field.
Yeah, absolutely. Number 24, Dominic Huff in at middle linebacker. Again, looks like Noah's at middle linebacker, A.J. Highland at outside linebacker, and Aiden Dawson outside linebacker. back at safety is number 22, Tyler Harpst. Is that Aiden Fennell out at cornerback? Blitz, and that's Dawson again. Wow.
Wow. Boy, did he get in there fast, huh?
He did. Explosive first step by
lowered his
Aiden.
shoulder and got around that pass protect.
Yeah. Outstanding play by Aiden Dawson.
So that's a big one. They lost a good 8, let's call it 8 yards on that play.
And that's Aiden's second sack of the game. I've lost track of how many sacks the Blue Devils have, but that's at least 5 sacks for the Blue Devils this game. They've kept the Baldwin Fighting Highlanders signal callers under duress the entire evening. Baldwin will punt again, trailing 34-0.
And it's short.
Punt it as Heidenreich catches it. Doesn't fair catch it. Oh, nice job. Nice return by Ezra.
Wow.
Fearless. Takes it at the 49, returns it to the 41. That's an 8-yard return by the missile as Heidenreich.
Yeah, as very physical in that play.
Yeah, quite physical.
Coach Barry patting Aiden Dawson on the helmet there. He knows that's a big play.
So correct me, Chris. Yeah, I see Coach Barry down on the sideline. Is he usually in the box though, or is he down on the sideline?
Last year, when they made the change for when they made him the coordinator, he came down to the field.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, there we go. We talked earlier about how the kids love playing for Coach Barry. High snap. Alex finds
Matt Wynn
in the flat. Oh, Wynn, several nice moves. Whoa. Spins inside, finds his crease. There you see Wynn speed. He breaks it, comes to the middle, breaks it outside. That's a touchdown. 41 yards. Alex Javaden throws it to Wynn in the flat. Wynn makes about 7 Highlanders miss. You commented earlier on his speed. Wow, you saw it there.
He's no quit. He's no quit. They were bouncing off of him. He didn't. Nobody wrapped him up, and he just gave him some space, and he went crazy.
Wow, Matthew Wynn, extraordinary run after the catch. Those yak yards really big right there. He finds pay dirt. Touchdown. That's Alex Javaden's second touchdown pass of the evening. Boy, almost a perfect passer rating for Alex, too.
I don't know that we've seen many of those this year either, Brian, where we're in traffic, bouncing around off of guys, and we break it. That was a great play.
Boy, you're right. Luke Lombardo, number 31, snaps it back to David Shields, who gets it down, and Ben McCauley bangs through his 6th extra point of the evening. That's Mount Lebanon 41, Baldwin 0, and I believe we will now have the mercy roll in effect after this kickoff, Chris.
The clock will keep winding, no matter what. So it'd be interesting to see who they start bringing in. Some more of these younger players, giving them some experience. If we look back to last year, you look at the numbers of some of those guys like Alex Tetska and Joey. A lot of those games, those guys were pulled out at half. So that the numbers don't even speak for, if you looked at the time that they were on the field, they were, extremely efficient.
Right.
And the younger players got a lot of playing time last year. They really did. A lot of these juniors.
Yeah, you're right about that, for sure. The one thing I would just say about last season relative to this year that people need to contextualize is, I've heard people say kind of this team needed to turn the page on last year. I frankly never totally subscribed to that. These kids were part of that team last year. We didn't build and invest in this program for just one team. That's a program victory last year. And so these kids who were part of that carry that forward this season and have a responsibility to battle and play just like that team did from 21. And I think you're going to see those lessons become more self-evident as the season unwinds. Kickoff, Baldwin has a tough time fielding it. I thought that ball might be live as it rolled into the end zone. It'll be a touchback.
Yeah, when we were talking to the Baldwin guys earlier before the game, getting some of the names and the statistics down, he said, "Hey, we're banged up over here." Well, when you're playing every game, sometimes both ways. Chances are you're going to start to lose some guys, and as you said, these juniors last year, the sophomores last year, they had significant playing time. They gave those senior athletes plenty of time to rest, and that probably contributed to the health of the team.
They sure did. Mount Lebanon still in its base 3-4 defense. Baldwin throws out to the right. Again, excellent coverage there by 2 Blue Devils. That's number 14. We mentioned him before, Patrick Smith. And number 24, that was Dominic Huff. Huff on the tackle. So Patrick Smith, his older brother, of course, Jack Smith, 3-sport athlete for the Blue Devils for many years. Jack is at Harvard University playing baseball, extraordinary athlete. And then his older sister, Patrice, is a junior at Columbia University and runs track there as well. Outstanding athlete in her own right. Really impressive. Oh, wow. Nice tackle by Michael Malone, number 82. They tried to run the C gap. Malone steps in, fills it perfectly. Big play by the freshman, number 82, Michael Malone. Nice job, Michael. That'll be a loss of 6 yards. Malone, big tackle for the loss. It'll be 3rd down and 16 for the Highlanders. Clock continues to run at 8:45. I'm sure Baldwin will try to take as much time off the clock as they can. They're in no hurry to get a snap off here, Chris.
Yeah, we see 2 freshmen on that line right now. So we got Patrick Smith at the end, and we got Joe Malone as tackle. And there goes Malone again.
Oh, nice job. Okay, nice job.
Wow.
Now, also in the game is Marco Torchio, number 15. Marco is a junior. Now, we spent a lot of last week's game with his dad.
And that may have been the difference in that game.
Yeah, we did not know until last week that Dan Torchio always has the rosaries with him.
Yes, and he took it out of his pocket and let us actually touch it.
Yeah. I think that had a lot to do with us holding on to it at the end of last week. All right. Baldwin facing a 4th down and 8. They'll punt it. Timeout called.
Looks like we had Timmy Jenkins, number 16, junior, back deep to get that ball.
Boy, when you say Timmy Jenkins, again, hard-nosed, very good athlete. His brother Eddie, again, one of the other all-time great Mount Lebanon athletes, 3-sport star in football, basketball, and baseball. Started as a freshman in basketball.
Is that right?
Yeah, for Coach David's team. Heck of a guard, played point guard, and I think he also played shooting guard. And then a heck of a quarterback for the Blue Devils. That would have been under Coach Melnick, I think, when Eddie was at quarterback. And then a heck of a baseball player, too, for Coach McCloskey. Coach McCloskey in the Mount Lebanon Blue Devil baseball team, WPIAL champs last year against the arch enemy, Upper St. Clair Panthers. So congratulations last year to Coach McCloskey in the WPIAL championship. All right, Baldwin's punting. Back deep for the Blue Devils is number 16. That's Timmy Jenkins. He fields the punt at the 50, turns right, picks up a hard 7 or 8 yards, where it'll be 1st down and 10. Blue Devils, that clock will not stop. We are in mercy roll.
Nice return by Timmy.
Very nice.
That ball was bouncing hard. He had the wherewithal to pick it up and make the most of it. He got a good, as you said, 6 or 7 yards out of it.
Yeah, nice job by Timmy Jenkins. Just checking the sidelines, Chris, to see if we've got any injuries or anyone else down. Looks like everyone is pretty healthy right now. That's Patrick Smith, a quarterback, number 14.
Yep.
He heads left, and wow, like he's shot out of a cannon. He breaks one tackle into the end zone, touchdown. That's a 40-yard run. Shotgun. There was no hesitation by the freshman, Patrick Smith. However, there is a flag down at the 42-yard line. Oh, geez, that's going to be holding on the Blue Devils. Wow.
Those will kill you.
Yeah, Patrick Smith showing his athleticism, takes the direct snap. And I mean, it's like he knew exactly where he was going, and that was the end zone. And thank God there was a fence there, or he might be still running down Cedar. Straight to Scoops on Beverly.
No, that was a tremendous run. And as I said, I watched him do that twice on Monday night in the JV game.
Is that right, Chris?
Yeah, it was a great game out at Thomas Jefferson.
Nice. Yeah, boy, Patrick Smith, a touchdown run, 40 yards, nullified by the holding penalty. So it'll be first down and let's call it a long 20 for the Blue Devils. Clock still runs at 5:45. Patrick Smith in shotgun. He drops back to pass. Finds back number 42 at the 48. He turns upfield, fights for a couple extra yards. Whistle blows. It'll be second down and let's call that maybe 18.
Clock continues to run. We got 5:24 left in the game.
In now, number 37. That's freshman Cole Gibbons. Cole Gibbons in. You saw Cole back a few times returning kicks earlier this season as well.
You want to see a hard-running kid and a kid that his legs continue to move in every tackle.
Is that right?
You watch 37.
Yeah. Cole's also an outstanding wrestler in the wrestling program for Coach Mark Alame.
So I had Coach.
Smith takes the snap. Heads right. Again, will not be stopped. Oh,
3 flags down.
I thought he was going to the end zone again. From the 48-yard line, Pat Smith takes that snap, runs right, and just accelerates all the way down to the 15-yard line. That would have been a nearly 35-yard gain, although it looks like it's going to be nullified by one of the 3 flags that are on the field. That's got to be holding somewhere.
I would imagine.
Yeah.
Well,
great job of running by Patrick Smith. You're seeing his athleticism on full display here. And again, you mentioned about the future for the Blue Devils. It looks bright with some of these athletes. But for me, the future right now is October 28th, Friday at 7 p.m.
Yes.
at Mount Lebanon Stadium.
Absolutely. And there goes Gibbons.
Oh, a good hard run by Cole.
He is tremendous.
Yeah. So, Chris, my son Timmy graduated in 2000. What year did he graduate? 2019. So he was on the 2018 team. That 2018 team was 3-5 for Mount Lebanon. They won their last 3 games, including an upset on the road against Central Catholic. But they also beat Cannon Mac at home in the first round of the playoffs, down 14 points in the third quarter of that game. That's really a game where J.B. Nelson, junior at the time, lineman who's now at Penn State and doing great at Penn State, really had his coming out game and disrupted 6 out of 8 plays on 3 series and really turned that game around for the Blue Devils. Pat Smith, here we go. He heads left. Again, will not be stopped. Picks up
the first down.
27-yard run by Pat Smith. Great job heading left. Boy, it's so athletic. But I think of that Cannon Mac game in that 2018 season at home on an October evening, and boy, it'll be reminiscent of that when Cannon Mac invades the stadium next week with a lot hanging on the line for both teams in terms of the playoffs.
Absolutely.
Pat Smith in shotgun again. He's looked great running the ball for the Blue Devils. To his right is Cole Gibbons, the freshman, number 37.
Up top, we have one-on-one coverage. Here's Cole. Watch Cole go. Oh, another hold.
I mean, how many holding penalties could you call on consecutive plays?
Well, I'm going towards the edge, and these kids might just not understand. You can't grab the jersey.
Yeah. All right, bunch of Blue Devils in there blocking. It's number 58, Lucas Bavino, done a nice job blocking up front. Also, number 66 at center, we mentioned him earlier. He's done a nice job, Sam Bagnato. All right, Blue Devils will go into victory formation, first down and about 25. Patrick Smith will take it under center. Game clock's at 15 seconds. He'll let as much wind down from that as possible. And Blue Devils are going to win this one 41-0. First off, let's give Baldwin a lot of credit. They only dressed 26 players. They did not stop fighting this whole game.
Nope.
Their head coach has to be proud of their team under those circumstances.
No, there's absolutely no quitting that team whatsoever. But they just don't have the numbers right now. But they came out here ready to play.
So Mount Lebanon Blue Devils will move to 4-5 on the season. They will have won 2 games in a row, and they will head back to Mount Lebanon Stadium next Friday, October 28th. It'll be pink out here in the stadium for a huge game against the Big Macs of Canada McMillan.
Yep, and this is the first win, I think, since last year's playoff game against Erie. Was it Erie McDowell? It's the last win here at the stadium.
Wow, on that cold November
Yes.
evening. I remember that well.
So this is a big win for the program. Big win for these kids. Big win for these coaches tonight. I'm really proud of the way they played.
Yeah, give Coach Palco and his staff a lot of credit. The Blue Devils were very well prepared. We've got scores coming in from out of town. So in the fourth quarter, it's Cannon Mac 20, Peters Township 7. So it looks like the Big Macs are going to hold on to win that game. Also, out-of-town scores has Central Catholic now up 28-19 over Seneca Valley. Blue Devils are going to have to win next week to get into the